In this video, we are going to build a model in place component for something custom. So let's go ahead and start with our model in place component from our architecture tab, component dropdown, model in place. I'm going to model in a kitchen island. So I'm going to start with casework here and click OK, casework 1, and go ahead and give it a name. And I'm just going to do a simple L shape with a rounded corner here. So we're going to build this out of 3 extrusions. I'm going to start with the first extrusion, and let's say that this is going to be 6 feet long. Let's go 4 feet. Of course, you would design this based on, your kitchen layout and what you want for that. And this one, I don't know how far 2 feet is from that, so I'm just going to end it. Start the sketch here. That's 2 feet, and then I can adjust this back. There we go. I need to have one continuous path for my extrusion, so I'll go ahead and finish that. Go ahead and pull up the 3D next to it. All right, so I've got one extrusion here for my toe kick, and that would be, doesn't need to be this high, right? So I'm going to adjust the height on that. I cannot remember right now off the top of my head if that's 4 inches or 6 inches, but I'll go with 4. All right, and then I would do my second extrusion here, create. Now, since I already have a path, the simplest way to do this is to use my pick lines. That's going to go off of the line below. If I hold, I move my cursor over it, I hit tab. That's the first time. That's the second time. It would then select the whole chain. But I also don't want this to be stacked right on top, right? I want it to have an offset. That's what the point of the toe kick is. So I'm going to do a 2-inch offset. And you guys, the dimensions you can get from the your kitchen and bath class on what dimensions you would do for this, but I'll go ahead and teach you, you're learning how to build it here. And then I'll do the same thing, hold tab once, tab twice, and then click, and then I'll do the whole chain clean 2-inch offset all the way around. All right, so if I finish this sketch right now, I'm still at 0 and 1 foot. So if I want to adjust that, I want to make sure I'm not just going right over my other item, right? So I'm going to adjust it to 4 inches, starting at 4 inches, so it's stacked on top of the other one. And I'm going to adjust the end of this. Let's go, if I have a 3-foot counter, let's go 2'10". I'll go ahead and finish that. So you can see now how that's stacking on top. So I have that bottom extrusion ending at 4 inches, right? And then the next extrusion stacking on top, starting at 4 inches and going up. So I'm going to do the same thing. One more for my countertop. And you know what? I forgot to do the rounded front. So let's go ahead and adjust that. So I'm going to go back, edit my extrusion, and I'm going to go up from the corner, clean 45. There we go. And I'm going to trim it. I'll finish that one, and then I'll do the same thing. Let's edit this second one as well. So I'll do the same thing. I can use my pick lines. I'll do an offset here and use the form I've already drawn to help me draw my next one. There we go. We have a nice rounded corner. All right, now I need one more for my countertop. So I'll go back to my create extrusion. I'll do the same thing here, my pick lines, 2-inch offset, hover, tab, and click. All right, and again, this is going to be the exact same dimensions of the 4 to the 2, so I want to adjust that. So I want this one to start at 2 foot 10 inches and then end. That's going to be 2 inches thick. All right, and there you go. There's your countertop. All right, all 3 of these extrusions were built in the same component. So I'm now going to say finish model, and then all 3 of those would move together. So if I were to move that around, there you go. So you can also assign material parameters to these forms. So let's go back in. I'm going to select it, go back to edit in place, and let's add those in. So I'm going to select my bottom extrusion. I'm going to go over to my properties bar. And here where it says material, I could apply a material directly, or I can set a parameter for it if I think I'm going to be adjusting it a lot within the project. So for this one, we'll learn how to just apply it right here. And then when we do a family, we'll talk about the parameters. So I'll just go ahead and pull up my material browser. And you can also apply the same material to multiple forms. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to do both of those the same. And then let's see what I might have here for a countertop. And of course, you can make your own custom materials for that. We've already learned how to do that. Maybe there's a stone in here by default. We might end up just with that tile. Oh, not textile. There we go. With the tile here. And I'll go ahead and finish the model. And if I change my view here to realistic, then we'll see those colors. Yeah, there you go. So you want to do some custom nice materials for that. These are just using kind of what's the default in Revit out of the box. So there you go.